Okay, let's talk about what to expect when you start a GLP-1 as far as weight loss. I'm Tiffany. I'm a physician assistant, but also a GLP-1 advocate. So I help people get access to GLP-1s. They can't get them through traditional insurance. So if that's something you're struggling with, there's some links over here in my bio that can help you out. So GLP-1s like Semaglutide or Tirzepatide work in phases. And your very first month of therapy is going to be much different than months that are later. So we have to talk about what realistic expectations are for you going into GLP-1 therapy. The first 4 weeks. This is the time period in which I think a lot of people are very, very different. So there are some subset of people that the scale is not going to move at all within the first 4 weeks, and that can be totally normal. There is some subset of people that is going to see a really big weight loss within that first 4 weeks, and let me tell you why. The first 4 weeks are generally a starter dose, so it's meant to not necessarily be the effective dose for most people. Now, hopefully you're going to start noticing feeling full faster, reduced appetite, and things like that, but it may not be the fully effective dose for you within weeks 1 through 4. Now, where that big weight loss comes in for a lot of people within the first 4 weeks is GLP-1s start working on inflammation almost right away. So there are some people who lose a great deal of inflammation, and with inflammation tends to go fluid. So a lot of people will see a water loss within those first 4 weeks, which will turn into a big loss on the scale. So the point is, do not be discouraged if within the first month the scale does not move much. It's totally okay. It does not mean that the medication is not going to work. The second month, for most of you, the dose is going to increase. This is where we're really going to start seeing some changes for most people. The scale is going to start moving. On average, we're looking to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. Any more than that is not going to be a good sustainable weight loss for most people. By the end of the second month, the majority of patients have lost 3 to 5% of their starting weight. Okay, clinical trials show that 10 to 15% of your starting weight was usually lost by the 6th month of therapy. Now, in clinical trials though, people were started on the starter dose and every single month they were moved up. So your progression might be slower than that and your weight loss might be slower than that. That's okay. Faster is not always better. Okay, let's talk about 6 months and beyond. In the clinical trials of semaglutide, people that worked their way up to the highest dose of semaglutide at 68 weeks generally had lost about 15% of their starter weight. In the tirzepatide trials, people that had worked their way up to their highest tolerated dose at 72 weeks had lost about 21% of their total body weight. The most important thing that you have to remember is that progress is not linear. Plateaus are totally normal. It just means that your body is adjusting. So I see a lot of people getting frustrated if they're not losing the 1 to 2 pounds consistently each week, and just know that if you hit a plateau, you need to go back and say, okay, am I prioritizing my protein? Am I getting my hydration? Am I moving my body? And the only other thing I will remind you is that you've got to have some patience, especially within that first 4 weeks of therapy, because some people the scale will not move. It does not mean that this is going to be a failure for you. So please like this video and repost this so that people who are starting their GLP-1 journey will know what to expect.